But someone in the hearing said that said government agencies have been unable to substantiate any of David Grusch's claims in or out of skiffs.
So, you guys remember David Grusch, right? Big time military guy, very high in the US military ranks, DOD, whistleblower. He's the guy that broke all of this. He was in the first hearing, the most credible whistleblower I think ever. Yeah, there's been some things about him. Check this out. Okay, stay till the end because the shit gets crazy.
What do you do with that information? What do you make of that? Where does that leave us in regards to Grusch's claims? I'm not for a moment suggesting, oh, okay, it's all off, forget it. He lied about everything. That's clearly not where we are. But yeah, what do you do with that, and what do you make of that?
Well, I mean, one of the things that came out of the hearing this week was that the government has played a very disingenuous role over the years. They've lied about things. We know that. Yeah. And there's a long history of misinformation and disinformation and, outright lying. So, when the government or the Pentagon spokesperson says that there's no information to substantiate Grusch's claims, first of all, very few people are read into these programs. Grusch was one of the few who was. The author of this report that was Immaculate Constellation that was cited at the hearing did have access, obviously, to very high-level confidential classified information. So the people who are denying this officially either don't know, they don't have the security clearance, or it's part of the long program of denying what is becoming increasingly clear is reliable information.
Verifiable information. I like the sound of that. And yeah, David Grusch has been a lot more than read in, right? I mean, he interviewed over 40 witnesses over how many years, etc. Yeah, let's just watch that clip again. Let's just get a key takeaway out of this, okay?
Very few people are read into these programs. Grusch was one of the few who was.
At the motherfucking highest level, guys. That's next level, okay? So, I wonder where's David Grusch been? He was supposed to release an op-ed and all this and that, and he was visible everywhere on Jesse Michaels. I wonder if Jesse Michaels knows, where is David Grusch? Did the government, the Secret Service, Men in Black finally get to him? Has he been abducted? What the fuck is going on? Does anyone have any slight idea?
I couldn't be very upfront about my firsthand knowledge until recently. I got some other security approvals through the pre-publication and security review process. And I did have some firsthand knowledge of some specific...
So, just to be clear, all this time, and this is a while back, okay? This is not too recent. But at that point, it was after the hearing, quite somewhat, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but after all this time, hasn't he got more things cleared through the DOPSA, I think it's called, process, right? It's been quite a while. He must have something. Where's this guy, guys?
Specific parts of the program. I'm currently drafting an op-ed that I'm going to release in a few weeks, and I will be discussing what I actually do know firsthand. I just could not overtly discuss that at the time, including at the hearing, because the Pentagon and the IC were sitting on some of my pre-publication and review paperwork at the time, so I could not acknowledge that.
When you say you have firsthand knowledge, you actually saw something yourself?
Well, the deeper description of what I know has been redacted. They proposed a redaction in a pre-publication and security review response a few days ago, and they're telling me to withhold legally some of the firsthand knowledge I have, but I'm allowed to generally discuss that I was read into a UAP-related program directly by the U.S. government.
So pretty much what that means is he knows a lot more than he's allowed to talk about, or he will go to jail by law, right? Yeah, I wonder what, all this makes me wondering why he's disappeared all the more curious, right?
In 2019, the UAP Task Force Director asked me to identify all special access programs and controlled access programs, also known as SAPs and CAPs, we needed to satisfy our congressionally mandated mission, and we were direct report at the time to the DepSecDef. At the time, due to my extensive executive level intelligence support duties, I was cleared to literally all relevant compartments and in a position of extreme trust, both in my military and civilian capacities. I was informed in the course of my official duties of a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program, to which I was denied access to those additional read-ons when I requested it.
Now, the more David Grusch looked into this and was climbing the ladder of ultimate elite information, classified black project, etc., right? Immaculate Constellation, even above all that, the gatekeepers had to stop him at some point. So, yeah, check this out, okay? We're going to be connecting the dots here. Stay till the end, it gets insane. Subscribe, notifications on to not miss an update. I'll be bringing you any information that comes out about David Grusch and the UFO alien topic in general. Share with anyone, your friends. If you don't have friends, your family, your fucking cousin, okay? We're trying to grow to 500 subs, guys. Let's do it.
You've said that the U.S. has intact spacecraft. You said that the government has alien bodies or alien species. Have you seen the spacecraft?
I have to be careful to describe what I've seen firsthand and not in this environment, but I could answer that question behind closed doors. Yeah.
And have you seen any of the bodies?
That's something I've not witnessed myself. I made the decision, based on the data I collected, to report this information to my superiors and multiple inspectors general, and in effect becoming a whistleblower. As you know, I've suffered retaliation for my decision, but I am hopeful that my actions will ultimately lead to a positive outcome of increased transparency. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer your questions.